In high school was when really this all started. Some of the kids offered weed. He started drowning himself in this group of friends that were doing drugs. It was gradual. And so I found myself panicked and not knowing where to go, what to do, who to talk to. Went to Al-Anon, and nothing against Al-Anon, but it just felt like it was okay, but it wasn't enough for me. I seemed to need something else. It was like they kept telling the same story. He was desperate for help, so I didn't see that that would be a good way to help someone. And again, I didn't know. It was just, it didn't feel right for me. So I kept searching and searching and searching, and it felt like it was years, and in panic all the time and never sleeping. And is he going to take another pill? Is he going to meet another one of these guys? And I didn't think he was going to make it out of it. Because once you start that, you can't, it's so hard to go back. It's such a grip. It has a grip that is like, I don't know, it's just a grip that is so powerful that no matter how much you say, I want to stop, or, you need somebody to help pull you out. And I said, I just don't know what to do anymore. I've called everybody in my phone book. I have gone to every church. I have done beyond, every doctor, everyone. You saw my book of doctors, and I mean, it was taking over my life. And then I go back to Al-Anon, and they'd say, don't do that. But I went against them, really. And I went to Luminous, and she said, there's miracles coming out of the sanctuary. And she said, I know somebody personally, a young man, that his mother never thought he'd be able to, he'd survive. And so she said, call the sanctuary. And then that's what I did immediately. Al-Anon, this is not against, I don't want to sound like I'm talking against Al-Anon or AA at all, because they are helping people. There's just not another system out there that seems to be a little bit more supportive in a different way. Where they're more nurturing or inclusive with, I don't know how to explain, whatever you do here, it encompasses every part of the being. You don't get that at an AA program. This covers everything. It just seems like it's you are completely covered with every kind of support you could possibly need. And that's what helps the person become whole again. You can't send somebody to a rehab like I did for 30 days and think they're going to get better. They're usually very angry that they're sent there. So then you go through this period of being angry, and it's almost like you're in a cage. You're in the system where you are, to do what you're told. You hand over your phone, and understandably, and everything. And you just keep going to AA meetings, and you keep telling yourself you're a drug addict, and you keep eating junk food, and I'm into nutrition, that's my area. And feeding food, all these things feed you. So you're feeding them all this junk and sugar and horrible foods, and then you're telling them they're really no good, they're a drug addict. And then you send them off on their way in 30 days. It doesn't work. And I know they try so hard. Every one of the places, he was at so many places, I can't even remember all the places. Several. And all over. So it's not like one particular area. They were just all over. And I know the people are good. They try their best. And you just see all the suffering in there. And I think it made him more angry. The difference, if I could say, between the regular rehab, the 30-day program, again, they're just, I think I'm just saying the same thing over, but they're not equipped. And of course, money is always the issue for people, because people don't usually have this extra money, and it takes a lot of money in order to heal somebody. I mean, it does. It has been years of, hurt or abuse or whatever. You can't just go for 30 days and think it's all over. And so, but the money, it is worth it when you have a program like your program. Again, because you're taking every aspect of this, the food for me, feeding this wonderful organic food. You're feeding the body. It needs these nutrients. It's so depleted from the drugs and everything. And then you do this, the groups, the therapy with the group, and everybody is so open and comfortable in these groups, and they can just be themselves. And that is already a release. And nobody's judging and calling you an addict. And then you go into a healing area, somebody's doing a massage or other type of body work. And it's so important to have touch. Touch is so important. So that's what you're doing. You're encompassing all these things. We need touch. We need the proper food. And we need somebody to hear us. So you have these counselors. This Melanie, I think her name was Andrew just talks about her. She's so fabulous. I don't know I've never met her, so I don't know what she does, but he just adores her, as he adores you, and Kelly. And I can't remember everybody else, but everybody here has supported him in a different way, as everybody has a different gift to bring. And the people that come here are really very, very lucky. And you know how to gauge enough to listen, and then it's time to move on, and let's change that energy, and what can we do to move forward? So you know how to balance that. Do you know what I mean? You know how to allow the person to release whatever they have to release, and then you go into whatever you do, you go and you say, okay, so we've done this, now let's move on. We're going to hike, we're going to move the energy, we're going to do something else to nourish the body again in another way. And then it comes around again. So some issues come up, and you go into a breathwork session or a yoga session, and then so it's just this continual circle of all these different health parts. It's just amazing. It's just really amazing. Andrew's in an outpatient now with you, and I don't know what you call it. It's fabulous. Because he doesn't feel now that he's out in the world on his own. This is his home base. It will change this person's being forever. There will never be I'm going to go back there. He's a different person. He is so changed. Oh, he's a different person. Part of him is this old Andrew that I absolutely adored and loved, that was so gentle, this kind spirit, that was so loving and kind and wonderful heart, smart. And, but he's beyond that. He's like I don't know, he's this new light. He's got all these different ideas and this different way of thinking. He's more intuitive, he's more in touch with himself. He's more grounded. He has a better understanding of how his system operates and how he needs to operate in the world. And he's become wiser and more humble and more aware. And give me some, words, I don't know. I'm kind of blank. So, a beautiful, he's grown tremendously. And I think that is really almost just the start. Although he's like a different person, this is going to continue because of the work that you have done here at the sanctuary. He's so present now. And he's grateful. And he wasn't grateful before. He's becoming this whole person. And there's happy. He smiles again. So there's that happiness that's come back. You don't know what that's like. He was so hopeless and the whole thing was so horrible. And then the smile that he has. I mean, it's a true smile. It's just incredible, Dean. To see his happiness. And it's just really wonderful. I think he can help others that are suffering. That's what I'm hoping. But it's up to him what he wants to do. Because he's been there. He's been at the bottom. He was there for so long, suffering for so long. And he smiles now, he's happy. And if he could show others that there's a way out and that there's a chance to change your life, that would be wonderful. So, I mean, you're so involved in these people's lives, like at the deepest level, that I don't think that people don't usually do that. To really go that deep. You really care about these people, like, I don't even know, I just really, it's so wonderful. And it's so apparent to me. It's so apparent to me. It's the most wonderful thing, and that's what they all need. They just want that love and support and the feeling of being connected. So, thanks to you for being there for me. Really, really, Dean. You have a wonderful program, and I don't know how you ever put this thing together, but all the pieces are there. You're not missing anything.